Ciao ragazzi, CP here with another news update. My goal here is to bring you guys the best Juve news every day. And man, have we got a lot of news to talk about. Moving straight into it. Tutto Sport talking about Fabio Paratici leaving the club. His contract is not going to be renewed. And Federico Cherubini will step up to the head of football in his place. We all know the story about Paratici. He's done a great job, guys. He's done a great job. He's been here from the start of this era to the finish, and you know, it's just time to move on. We wish him all the best. I'm sure he'll find a great job. Tottenham Hotspur have been mentioned as a potential suitor for him. I'm sure he'll do a great job wherever he goes. Cherubini, he joined the club in 2012. He was originally brought in by Marotta and Paratici, and their intention was for him to be a director of football for the players who were out on loan, because he was a great scout, and Juventus didn't go for it at the time. They just wanted to keep everything together under one umbrella, and Cherubini moved to the youth team, so he looked after the youth team for a while, and then along with Chiellini's brother, they set up the under-23 project, so that's been a huge success, and those guys they're actually having a great season. They've had a great season. So what do I think? I think he's going to do a great job for us, guys. He's well capable. And moving on, news of Superleague. Guido Vaccaggio, Tutto Sport, very reliable journalist. Guido, he's talking about Chefrin will land his blow after the Champions League final. So yeah, the investigation UEFA only announced a couple of days ago, open and shut investigation. We knew they were going to find him guilty, and he's going to deliver the news straight after the Champions League final. So what do we think about that? Guido says here that almost certainly the three clubs will immediately appeal to the Tribunal of Arbitration of Sports based in Geneva, and it's highly probable that following its habits, so as usual, this court will suspend the sentence. At that point, the clubs will be able to play in the Champions League next year, and also this investigation or the ensuing court cases, expect them to run for months and months, possibly even a year or so. This could be a long time, guys. But Juve have a great lawyer on their side. Dupont, made famous originally for the Bosman ruling. If you guys don't know that, that's what allows players to leave on a free transfer at the end of their contract. You know, what else did he do? So he represented Manchester City in their court case against UEFA recently, and he got them off. You know, I'm not even talking about whether I agree or not. I just think he's a good lawyer, and we're in capable hands. So I'm going to move on again. Antonio Conte's divorce from Inter. It's always nice to read about Antonio's antics, what he's getting up to. This we kind of could have predicted a few months back. I think just after Christmas. I think it was Stephen Zhang or someone like that. They were talking about huge financial issues. They had problems paying the wages, and apparently, according to Gazzetta, who are very connected with Inter, they're going to be looking to make €100 million in plus Valenza over the course of this summer, and to change or reduce their salary by 20% overall. So what's Conte's problem? Conte reckons that, you know, to make that much plus Valenza, they're going to have to sell big players. We're not talking youth team guys here, and his team is going to be dismantled. Again, the salary reduction, 20%. How do you do that? The only way you can do that realistically, without players reducing their salaries, and nobody's going to do that. I don't think they love Inter that much. Is by selling a player of a certain value and bringing in another player of a lesser value, and that's it, you know. So Antonio thinks his team is going to be dismantled, and it probably will be. So good news for Juve, really. Although, you know, we don't need to rely on them. We just need to keep improving in ourselves. Moving on, news of Allegri. Allegri's mentor Gaglione speaks in Gazzetta dello Sport, speaks to Fabiano Della Valle, He's talking about, firstly, he doesn't know where Allegri's going to end up. He's got lots of offers. One thing to point out, that's not what he was saying about 5 to 6 weeks ago. Pretty sure he was talking about 100% he's coming back to Juventus. So he's changed his tune a little bit here. Obviously there was links with Inter, there's links with with Real Madrid, so he doesn't seem to be pro Juventus here. He talks about Allegri's strongest point being the ability to understand what's about to happen in advance. And he said he had this ability as a player when he coached him, but he also has it and he's proved it as a coach. He's a great coach, 100%. He talks about Pirlo, and he says Pirlo basically still views the game like a player. He doesn't seem to make these tactical changes out of an anticipation of what's going on. And so a bit of a criticism of Pirlo. And that's fine. Moving on again. This is Dybala news. So Dybala linked with a move to Atletico Madrid. This is from El Larguero, a Spanish radio sports program. The El Colchoneros are working on the Dybala track and have received an offer in exchange with Angel Herrera from Juve. So have received an offer of an exchange. Okay, that's interesting. We haven't heard that from independent Italian sources, but that's a pretty good source in Spain. So Juventus, I think, had been interested in Angel Correa for quite a while. He might have had health issues at the time, and Juventus kind of forgot about it. But it looks like they're quite interested in him again. Tuttosport is saying that Atletico have come to Juve with a Bentancur Morata swap deal. That was turned down. A Dybala swap deal with Morata will also be turned down if it comes up. Juve aren't interested in that. So, yeah, this is an interesting line to follow, guys. It's probably going to develop over the coming weeks, hopefully sooner rather than later. In a way, it's good that we have the European Championships coming up, because if you need to get deals done right now, get deals done, you got to get them done before the European Championships, because after it you risk players value changing and based on performances, and also you just have such little time because players are going on holidays and they're straight into pre-season, and then all of a sudden it's back to the new season. So yeah, moving on again. This is rather speculative from Tuttosport about Cristiano Ronaldo. They're saying he bought an apartment for 7.3 million. Great. I'm sure he buys things every day. He could potentially have been buying an apartment complex. It could be an investment. Does it mean he's going to live there? I don't know. Even if he does, stay there from time to time, does it matter? No, not really. Moving on then again, more Cristiano speculation. This one I don't particularly like. I read the article. It's a Manchester United link, potential exchange with Pogba. So if that happened in real life, would I be for it or against it? I'd probably be for it. If Cristiano decides to leave, Juventus will allow him to leave. They'll do their best to make a deal, that benefits everybody. But this particular article doesn't cite any source. They actually don't even mention a Pogba exchange at all in the article. It seems to be just in the abstract or title, and it's a bit clickbaity for my liking. Moving on, the real meat of this video, I want to talk about Donnarumma, guys. News of a split following AC Milan's impending goalkeeper purchase that's going to happen in the next couple of days. Apparently that's finished negotiations for Donnarumma. It's now down to Barcelona and Juventus. So what do we know about it? His contract, I think he's looking for 10 million. That's fine. It's going to be a free transfer. That's even better. Then we're talking about a fee for Mino Raiola. We have a very good relationship with Mino Raiola through Nedved, and I think deals could be done there. I've heard a figure of 20 million quoted. So, what can I say about that? It's a lot, but look, in the overall kind of deal. It's not that much because, you know, you would expect if there was a transfer fee to pay upwards of 50-60 million for Donnarumma, at least in today's market. So yeah, what do I think about Donnarumma? I love him to come to Juventus, guys. I'm not going to compare him to Gigi Buffon. There's only one Buffon forever, so you know, but he can still be a great goalkeeper. He's 22 years of age. This, you know, signing would continue the rejuvenation project. It would help that along big time. And yeah, there could be 10, 12, 15 years left in his career for all we know. So yeah, it's brilliant. And what can I say, guys? I just want to thank everybody for supporting me. This has been another CP News update. If you like the video, if you like what I'm doing, give it a like, share it, drop me a comment on any of the news as well, and I'm happy to answer people's comments. And you know, if you want to be kept updated, hit the bell icon, and I'm sure you know the rest. Anyway, guys, I'll see you very soon. Ciao ragazzi.